It's the eternal battle, isn't it? You're standing in the kitchen, staring at the pantry. On one shelf, you have a box of spaghetti. On the other, a bag of rice. You've probably eaten both of these staples thousands of times in your life. They are the backbone of almost every comfort meal we know. But now, things are different. You've turned 60, maybe your doctor has mentioned watching your kidney function, or perhaps you're just being proactive because you know that what you eat matters more now than it did 30 years ago. There is a lot of noise out there. Some people say carbs are the enemy. Others say stay away from white foods. It is enough to make you want to give up and just order a pizza, which we definitely don't want to do. Today, we're going to clear up the confusion and find some simple, safe swaps that make life easier. Let's get started. Let's talk about why this particular showdown, rice versus pasta, is so critical. When we look at kidney health, specifically for those of us navigating life after 60, we aren't just looking at calories or waistlines anymore. We are looking at workload. Think of your kidneys like a filter in a very reliable vintage car. It has served you incredibly well for 6 decades. It's tough, it's resilient, but it also deserves a bit of a break. It doesn't need to be working overtime, filtering out things that shouldn't be there in the first place. The problem with rice and pasta isn't necessarily the food itself in its purest form. It is what modern manufacturing has done to them, and what we, out of habit, do to them before they hit our plates. We have this misconception that bland equals safe. We tend to think, oh, it's just plain white rice, it can't hurt me, or it's just boiled noodles, that's gentle on the stomach. While that might be true for digestion, it's a completely different story for blood filtration. Let's look at pasta first. If you walk down the pasta aisle today, it is honestly overwhelming. You have enriched, whole wheat, spinach-infused, gluten-free, protein-packed. The list goes on forever. But for your kidneys, the hidden enemy often isn't the wheat itself. It's the preservation and the enrichment process. Many processed pastas, especially the quick-cook varieties, or the ones that come in those convenient side dish pouches with the sauce already included, are absolutely loaded with sodium and inorganic phosphorus. They use these additives to keep them shelf-stable for years and to make them cook in 3 minutes flat. You aren't just boiling grain. You're boiling a chemical cocktail that your kidneys have to process immediately. Then we have rice. Rice seems so innocent. It's the grain of life for billions of people. But here is the trap. Convenience. How many of us grab the 90-second rice pouches or the seasoned boxed rice that just needs water and butter? I've done it. We all have. It saves time. But those convenience options are often sodium bombs. A single serving of a seasoned rice mix can contain nearly half of your daily sodium allowance before you've even added a piece of chicken or a vegetable. You hold that box of seasoned rice in your hand, and it promises a home-cooked taste. But the nutrition label tells a story of industrial preservation that is hard on your system. And even if you buy the plain stuff, there is the confusing issue of fiber and minerals. We are often told by general health guidelines to switch to healthier brown rice or whole wheat pasta because of fiber. Generally, that is great advice for your heart or for digestion. But for the kidneys, it is a paradox. Those whole grains are significantly higher in potassium and phosphorus than their refined white counterparts. It feels like a betrayal, doesn't it? You try to make the healthy switch to brown rice to be good to your body, and suddenly your lab numbers might tick up in the wrong direction. So, we are left with a confusing landscape. Is the white stuff bad because it's refined sugar? Is the brown stuff bad because of the minerals? Is the pasta bad because of the additives? It feels like every door is closed. This is the core of the problem. We are trying to apply general healthy eating rules to a very specific kidney protection context, and the two don't always match up. We need to stop looking at these foods as just carbs and start looking at them as inputs for that vintage filter I mentioned earlier. We need to figure out which one is actually the lighter load, so we know we need to lighten the load on your kidneys. But actually doing that is where the frustration really sets in. It feels like you need a degree in biochemistry just to navigate the pasta aisle on a Tuesday afternoon. Let's picture the scene. You are standing there in the grocery store, reading glasses perched on your nose, turning a box of pasta over and over in your hands. You are trying to do the right thing. You are looking for the sodium number, and maybe you found one that looks decent. It says low sodium on the front. Great, right? But then you squint at the ingredient list. It's a block of text, tiny enough to fit on a postage stamp. Buried in there, past the semolina and the niacin, you see words like sodium phosphate or potassium chloride. This is the first major trap, and it is the one that makes me the angriest on your behalf. Food labeling laws are tricky. In many places, manufacturers are required to list sodium, but they aren't always required to list phosphorus. It is the invisible enemy. You can buy a product that looks perfectly safe based on the nutrition facts panel, but in the ingredients list, there are hidden phosphate additives used as preservatives or texturizers. Here is the kicker. Your body absorbs these added inorganic phosphates like a sponge. Nearly 100% of them go straight into your system. Compare that to the natural phosphorus found in real foods like nuts or beans, where your body only absorbs about 40% to 60%. So that quick cook rice or that processed pasta side dish isn't just high in salt. It is essentially injecting a high dose of hard-to-filter minerals directly into your bloodstream. But the label doesn't tell you that. The label just says, ready in 5 minutes and great source of iron. Then we have the marketing confusion I touched on earlier, the whole grain trap. For 40 years, we have been told that brown is better than white. Eat your whole grains, they say. And for the general population, for heart health, for digestion, that is absolutely true. But when you are managing kidney health after 60, especially if your GFR, that's your kidney filtration rate, is lower than it used to be, the rules flip upside down. You see a box of whole wheat pasta with a big red heart on it. It implies health. It implies longevity. But whole wheat pasta and brown rice retain the bran and the germ of the grain. That is where the plant stores its nutrients, including a hefty amount of potassium and phosphorus. So you buy the healthy option, thinking you are doing your body a favor, but you might actually be increasing the specific mineral load your kidneys are struggling to process. It is maddening. You are trying to follow the rules of healthy eating, but the rules for kidney-safe eating are a completely different rule book that nobody handed you. And it's not just the grains themselves, it's the company they keep. Let's be honest, nobody eats dry pasta or plain unseasoned rice. We eat them as vehicles for flavor. This is where the budget and convenience trap snap shut. You've had a long day. You don't want to cook a sauce from scratch using fresh tomatoes and herbs. You want to open a jar. You walk down the sauce aisle. You pick up a jar of standard marinara, 1/2 cup serving. Just half a cup can have 600 milligrams of sodium. That is nearly half your daily limit if you are on a renal diet. And let's be real, who eats just half a cup of sauce? We pour it on. Or maybe you prefer rice. You grab a bottle of soy sauce or teriyaki glaze. It's salt in liquid form. So even if you pick the right grain, you can ruin the safety of the meal in 2 seconds with the pour of a jar. The alternative? Make everything from scratch. Buy fresh organic tomatoes. Make your own low-sodium broth. It sounds wonderful, but it is expensive, and it takes time that you might not have. It feels like you are being punished for not having the energy of a 20-year-old or the budget of a gourmet chef. Then there is the social isolation. This is the part that hurts the most. It's Sunday dinner. The family is coming over. Everyone wants lasagna or a big stir-fry. You don't want to be the difficult one. You don't want to sit there with a separate, sad-looking bowl of plain white rice while everyone else digs into the rich, salty goodness. You don't want to ask the waiter 20 questions about how the risotto is made. So often, we just give in. We eat what everyone else is eating, and then we worry about it later. We lie awake at night, wondering if that one meal did damage. This constant anxiety, the label reading, the marketing lies, the hidden additives, the fear of food. It's exhausting. It takes the joy out of eating. Food should be nourishment and pleasure, not a math problem that scares you. You need a clear winner. You need to know, simply and practically, if I have to choose between rice and pasta to protect my kidneys tonight, which one do I pick? And how do I make it actually taste good without regretting it tomorrow? So let's settle the score. We have looked at the traps, the hidden minerals, and the confusion. If you are standing in that kitchen, holding a box of pasta in one hand and a bag of rice in the other, which one is the safe swap? The winner, for the specific purpose of kidney protection after 60, is plain white rice. I know. It goes against almost every other health article you've read in the last 20 years. But let's break down exactly why this is the case for you, and more importantly, how to do it right so you don't fall into the sugar trap. Here is the science simply put. White rice is lower in phosphorus and potassium than both brown rice and whole wheat pasta. Because the bran and germ have been removed, the heavy mineral load is gone. It is a cleaner, burning fuel for a kidney that needs a rest. Pasta, even white pasta, often has a higher protein content, which creates more nitrogen waste, and, depending on the brand, can have those sneaky additives we talked about. White rice, in its raw, dry form, is almost always just rice. No sodium, minimal minerals, zero additives. But, and this is a massive but, you cannot just eat mounds of sticky white rice and call it a day, especially if you are also watching your blood sugar. Here is your practical 3-step safe swap protocol to make white rice the perfect kidney-friendly base. Step 1. The rinse and the ratio. This is the most important step that most people skip. Before you cook your white rice, you must rinse it. Put the dry rice in a bowl, cover it with water, swish it around with your hand until the water goes cloudy, and drain it. Do this 3 or 4 times until the water runs relatively clear. Why? You are washing away excess surface starch. This makes the rice fluffier and less sticky, which helps prevent that heavy, bloated feeling. But it also cleans the grain of any surface dust or debris from processing. When you cook it, stick to a strict portion. We aren't filling the plate. We are using rice as a side. A 1/2 cup to 3/4 of a cup of cooked rice is your target. That's about the size of a tennis ball. This keeps the glycemic load, the sugar impact, manageable while giving you that comforting carb satisfaction. Step 2. The flavor hack, without the salt. Remember how we said, plain rice is boring? We are fixing that right now without touching the salt shaker. Instead of cooking your rice in plain water, try this. Add a crushed clove of garlic, a slice of fresh ginger, or a bay leaf into the pot while it boils. The rice absorbs these aromatics as it cooks. When it's done, discard the garlic or ginger, and you are left with rice that smells incredible and has a subtle, savory depth. Another trick? Green rice. Once your rice is cooked and hot, stir in a handful of chopped fresh herbs, parsley, cilantro, or chopped scallions, and a squeeze of fresh lemon or lime juice. The acid from the citrus wakes up your taste buds just like salt does, but with zero sodium harm. It turns a boring white pile into a bright, fresh, restaurant-quality side dish. Step 3. The cauliflower cut. This is my favorite budget and health hack combined. If you love a big bowl of rice but need to watch your weight or blood sugar, go 50-50. Mix your cooked white rice with an equal amount of riced cauliflower. You can buy riced cauliflower frozen for cheap, or just grate a head of cauliflower yourself. Steam it for 3 minutes and mix it right into your white rice. You get the texture and satisfaction of a big bowl of rice, but you have cut the calories and the carb load in half. Plus, cauliflower is a kidney-friendly vegetable, unlike some greens like spinach, which are high in potassium. It bulks up the meal without bulking up the workload on your kidneys. Now, what about the pasta lovers? Do you have to say goodbye forever? No, not forever, but you have to demote pasta from a staple to a treat. If you absolutely must have pasta, avoid the whole wheat versions. Stick to traditional white semolina pasta, but here is the trick. Boil it in plenty of water and do not drink or use the pasta water. A significant amount of potassium leaches out of the pasta into the water during boiling. Drain it thoroughly, and just like the rice, watch your portion. 1 cup of cooked pasta is a lot more dense than 1 cup of fluffy rice. But the real secret weapon for pasta lovers isn't actually pasta at all. It's low-protein pasta alternatives, or glass noodles, cellophane noodles made from mung bean starch. Glass noodles are incredibly low in potassium and phosphorus, and they have a wonderful, chewy texture that works great in stir-fries or soups. They are a fantastic kidney-safe substitute when you are craving noodles but want to stay strictly within your limits. So, the verdict is clear. For a daily staple that is gentle on your filtration system, easy to digest, and versatile enough to take on any flavor you give it, white rice, rinsed plus portioned, is your champion. It is the safe harbor in the storm of nutritional confusion. Now that we have crowned white rice the winner, let's talk about how to actually shop for it and build a meal tonight that keeps you safe. I want you to have a clear, kidney-safe blueprint for your next grocery trip, so you never feel lost in that aisle again. First, apply the bag over box rule. When you enter the rice aisle, ignore the colorful, rectangular boxes sitting at eye level. Those are the marketing traps full of sodium and preservatives. Look for the bags, usually on the bottom shelf. You want plain long-grain white rice, jasmine, or basmati. Turn the bag over and check the label. It should list exactly one ingredient: rice. If you see a long list of vitamins like niacin, thiamine mononitrate, or folic acid, that means the rice has been enriched. In the US, most white rice is enriched by law. While this isn't a disaster, if you can find imported jasmine or basmati rice that is unenriched, that is the gold standard. It lowers the nutrient load your kidneys have to filter. Also, strictly avoid anything labeled parboiled or converted. These have been processed to push nutrients back into the grain, increasing the potassium and phosphorus levels, exactly what we are trying to avoid. Second, we need to fix your sauce strategy. This is where the pasta lover often fails. Pasta usually demands a heavy tomato sauce, and tomatoes are naturally very high in potassium. Rice, however, is incredibly versatile and pairs beautifully with kidney-friendly fats. Instead of a jarred sauce, use a tablespoon of high-quality olive oil, toasted sesame oil, or garlic-infused oil. These add richness and a wonderful mouthfeel without adding a single milligram of sodium or phosphorus. You get flavor without the filtration burden. Third, let's talk about the budget bonus. This is why I love this swap so much. A box of kidney-friendly, specialized low-protein pasta can cost $5 or $6 for a small package. A 5-pound bag of white rice costs about the same and provides nearly 50 servings. By switching to rice, you are saving a significant amount of money on your grocery bill. You can take those savings and invest them in higher quality proteins, like fresh chicken breast or wild-caught fish, which are much better for you than processed deli meats. Fourth, beat the exhaustion with the Sunday batch method. One of the biggest reasons we reach for those high-sodium instant noodles or pasta pouches is simply because we are tired. We want food now. So, beat the system. Cook a large batch of your white rice on Sunday. Rinse it, boil it, and portion it out into small containers in the fridge. Now you have your own instant rice that is ready in 60 seconds in the microwave. It is just as fast as the salty stuff, but it is pure, safe, and protects your health. Finally, here is your formula for the golden kidney bowl. Take your pre-cooked white rice, mixed with cauliflower if you're watching sugar. Top it with low-potassium vegetables like red bell peppers, onions, or green beans. Add a small deck of cards-sized portion of protein. Drizzle with your sesame oil and a squeeze of lime juice. What have you just done? You have created a meal that is low in phosphorus, controlled in potassium, and virtually sodium-free until you add a tiny pinch of salt yourself. You didn't buy a processed diet meal. You built a whole food shield for your kidneys using ingredients you can find at any store. It is easy to feel like your body is fighting against you after 60, like every favorite food is suddenly off limits. But as we saw today, it isn't about starving yourself. It is about making the smarter technical choice. By swapping the processed pasta for the simple rinsed white rice, you are giving your hard-working kidneys a well-deserved break without sacrificing a warm, comforting dinner. You have the knowledge now. Go enjoy your meal. I'll see you soon.